Hey, this is a continuation of part 1. I've watched half of this episode already, so if you haven't watched the first part, then you can go ahead and go look at that. There might be a card over here or something so that you can go back to that. Or, who knows, maybe you're just here to watch me watch the epic climax. But also stick around after the reaction to this half of the episode for the discussion. So let's get back to it. This will work, Max. Aww.
It's time.
Good job, Sinclairs! Oh! Time for round 2, asshole!
Hi.
Bitch. We're in mind fight! Go! No! Oh, he made it! With nothing to land on, though.
I didn't know what to do, so I ran away.
We are not heroes.
Oh, he's gonna fight them. Man, there's some times where you can run away. It's the Joestar technique, man.
How? I piggybacked
Powers?
from the pizza dough freezer.
What? You know what? Explain later.
If you touch her again, I will kill you again.
Again.
Is that what you did? So beautiful.
He's got wood. 1,000 knives.
And it's all thanks to you.
Be careful what you're throwing those, though. What? Ow. Ah! No. Max, sneak attacks don't work. Just in general. Oh, his technique is different. Jeez, yeah, you don't get this in the other seasons. 11 being, for lack of a better word, crucified.
Papa is dead!
He got shot like 5 times.
But he was no monster.
He was
He
human.
was just a man. An ordinary, mediocre man.
Oh shit.
That is
Mediocre?
why he sought greatness in others.
Nah.
He did not make me into this. You did.
Oh, shit. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Oh my gosh, talk about an album cover right there.
That was you. Always you.
All I needed was someone to open the door.
Wait, there was never a mind flayer? Is that what they're going on? Ah!
Mike, don't stop. Okay, you're the heart.
Ah!
Okay, remember that.
Hey, come on, Mike!
You're the heart.
I love you on your good days. I love you on your bad days. I love you with your powers. I love you without your powers. I love you for exactly who you are.
Come on, power of love.
You're my superhero.
Ah! Ah! Yes! Yes, Lucas! Yes! Nothing's broken yet. Oh! Okay, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. What? Come on, we know that's not the end of the episode. Oh! Yeah, Joyce! Ah! Oh, okay. Just get her some casts, she'll be alright. Oh no. Ah! Oh my god, this is the greatest flamethrower on Earth! Ah! Burn, baby, burn. Yes! Jesus, what kind of flamethrower is this? This is too good for a flamethrower. Did you get it? God, and they've been being strangled for like 20 minutes. What else you got? Oh, a sword. God, he's gonna fight the Demogorgon with a sword.
You have already lost.
No. You have.
Ugh. Ah! Oh! Took out the arm! Ah! Look at him burn! Ah! Ah! Another! Right in his gut! And again! Oh. 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 He dead. Ah, the timing. Oh, where'd he go? You never used the axe.
I didn't run away this time, right?
No. You didn't run.
You're gonna have to look after those little sheep for me, okay?
No, you're gonna do that yourself.
Nah, man.
Eddie.
Man, really?
Eddie!
One season character, just like Bob. Damn. I guess we had to, if we were gonna lose anyone, but damn, man.
Max.
Oh my god! Really? Damn, man. Uh-oh. But does that count?
4 times. Max.
Oh no, that counts. Jason's dead. Oh my gosh, this is crazy, man. I mean, this is just the end of Hawkins. Is she gonna try to revive Max? Huh? 2 days later? Bro, we don't got time for 2 days later. Was this Endgame?
You are never going on vacation again. You hear me? In fact, you can forget about college. You are staying right here.
So they're staying in Hawkins? Oh, she have a hood on.
Her heart stopped for over a minute. She died. I mean, clinically, but
I mean,
then she came back.
11 just restarted her heart. Happened to my dad. He's still fine, so. Damn. Can she just go into someone's mind just anytime now? Or maybe that was just a dramatic fade. So what happened to the gates? Did it not work because it wasn't a full fourth sacrifice?
I mean, he's the type of person who trashes Fast Times because it has no plot. I mean, as soon as he said that, I should have just ended things right there and... Sorry.
She watches Fast Times.
I'm so sorry. It's like sometimes my mouth is moving faster than my brain, and
God,
it's
they would
like
be the
this
most
runaway
awkward
train, and
fucking
I cannot seem to
couple.
get it to stop.
He could have run. He fought and died to protect this town. This town that hated him. He isn't just innocent. He's a hero.
I am desperately running out of space over here.
Now that I'm here in Hawkins,
Oh, can you still feel
I
it?
can feel him.
Oh, great.
I can still remember what he thinks and how he thinks. And he's not going to stop. Ever.
That's so crazy that there
I'm
was not a
thinking
mind flare.
everything.
Oh? Was I right? Wow, she can just do that. Ah!
Thank you.
Ah! Yes!
You look...
Not fat.
You lost weight.
Your hair.
Your hair.
Yeah, actually. I didn't even think about that. You both lost your hair. Ugh. Oh god, they're playing the theme music. He can feel it. Oh god. Ugh. Ugh. He's coming. Ugh. Music's getting so epic. Whoa! And that's it. Woo! Is there literally anything after? Alright, looking like a no. We are going to cut it there, folks. Alrighty, I am back. I'm back. I just dumped all my clips onto my computer so that I would have enough storage space for this discussion. Jesus. I mean, again, even though I complain about the run times of these episodes, they're all still deserved because they're all great episodes. They just are. They are all great episodes. This is by far the best of the show, the best season of the show. And my god, where are we going next season? I mean, the war has begun. The war has begun. And it's so crazy too, because this... You know how I was saying... Oh, you guys were probably like screaming at your monitors when I said, oh man, you know, I really like Vecna. I kind of prefer him over the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer, whatever, he's just some thing. Like Vecna is such a character, you know, and I like that. Well, there was never a Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer was not a thing. It was Vecna. It was all him. It was all one. which means presumably when 11 opened the gate in 1983, I guess he made the Upside Down into a perfect replica of 1983. My God. There was never a mind flip. What a revelation, too. Because I'm so curious what was the writing process on that, you know? Like, was it always the plan to have that, you know? Because I've thought about that. We've kind of posed that question before. You know, how long have they had this idea for having, you know, one Vecna? How long have they had that idea, you know? But now, it's not even that. It's how long have they had the idea that there is no real Mind Flayer? The thing we thought was the Mind Flayer was number one the whole time. There was never a Mind Flayer. That's so crazy. Okay. My God. Was... I mean, that was... Alright, not 2.5 hours technically. 2 hours and 17 minutes. About the length of a movie. You know, I will say though, there is a part of me that slightly likes that idea, because sometimes I'll watch a show and be like, you know, it would be kind of cool if they like did a movie. Like, you know how anime would do a movie, you know? Like My Hero or something, where it's like, you know, we have our continuing plot in the seasons, but here's a movie that we're also going to do that's a part of the show, basically. And you gotta know the show to watch the movie. And I kind of like that idea. I kind of wish shows in the West would kind of do that, you know? But yeah, Stranger Things basically just did that, except it was the final episode of the season, you know? And now, you know, I understand... Because at first I was kind of thinking, like, man, so there's not going to be, like, a face-to-face confrontation between 1 and 11. Well, well, yeah, there is. There will be next season during the final battle between them, when one brings the entire force of the Upside Down to Hawkins. Boy, his power is incredible then. And I mean, he was still hurt. He kind of lost that fight with 11, but I mean, he's the Mind Flayer. I wonder, is that actually a thing in D&D? Because I know there's something about, like, I think I've heard that, like, some things about Vecna are true to D&D Vecna, you know? I mean, Vecna's cursed. They already do that in this show. But I don't know, like, is that a twist, like... you know what it's like? Oh my god, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys have seen the original series, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, I mean, and not Season 0, I mean the original Duel Monsters series, the twist at the end, basically... Spoiler alert, I guess, in case you want to watch that. But the twist at the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that Dark Bakura, the spirit of the Millennium Ring, is Zork. The great ultimate evil and stuff. That's the twist, is that they are the same thing. So every time Yugi has faced Dark Bakura in a duel, he's faced the final villain, you know? But now... the true power of Zork is unleashed upon Egypt in the realm of the Pharaoh's memories. And that's kind of like here, you know? That now we have the Mind Flayer, and it's like, no, the Mind Flayer is one, you know? They are one and the same. Oh my god, what a brilliant... what a pun! They are one in the same... Oh, man. And not only that, now he is... I mean, this is it. He is the villain. That's such a crazy twist that they would completely be like, they're dropping the Mind Flayer, which, to be fair, we never really knew what the Mind Flayer was, but now we know it's him, you know? Now we know it's him, but the fact that there weren't, like... I mean, I don't know, maybe I'd have to go rewatch. To be fair, again, it's been since at least 2019 when I watched Season 3, since 2018 when I watched the first 2 seasons, so yeah, I guess I don't technically know if there were hints along the way of Vecna being the Mind Flayer, you know? Or of one Henry, whatever you want to call him, the Orderly. You know, but I'm at least glad for that. I'm glad for that because it means we get more of him, and we get more of that actor. That actor is so friggin' good. And I'm seeing a lot more of him in his performance as Vecna. Like, and you can just faintly hear his original voice, you know? Man. And you know, the whole thing of like, oh, they've wanted to be this dark since the beginning, but only now they're doing it because the kids are older. I mean, for God's sake. I mean, because Eddie's death is a bit gruesome, but at the same time, he got hit by bats and stuff, and it's like, oh, well, God damn it, you know, those bats. Max and Jason, Jesus Christ. Like, at first it was like, oh, okay, well, you know, she broke, you know, he got, you know, some of her bones, but he got her bones, but, well, she'll recover from that, you know, just so long as we save her. And then she's just sitting there, bones broken and blind. She fucking dies. And even though Eleven saves her, oh no, now it's turning into Full Metal Alchemist. Her body is alive. Her soul is somewhere else. So there's that, the fact that she died. They killed one of the main characters. Even though they did bring her back, that was a gruesome death. Remember when this show was just like, hey, here's some 80s nostalgia, you know? Oh my god, they really didn't do any, like, big 80s nostalgia stuff this time around, you know? And then, when the gates crack open, it ripped Jason apart. His flesh melted. It was like Indiana Jones, except somehow a bit more gruesome. I mean, let's face it, this ain't a Nazi. This is Jason, a confused teenager. And hey, we've all been sitting here like, how on earth are they going to clear Eddie's name of all of this? You don't. There's your answer. You don't clear his name. The boy dies. Man, I really liked Eddie. But Eddie died. Jason died. Max did die. Even though her body was revived, she did die, and Lord knows where her soul is. Do you think we're going to keep the Russians? Do you think we're going to keep Antonov and Yuri? Maybe. I mean, maybe, because we gotta, you know... It's like Antonov said, it's like, you know, this thing is going to destroy their land, and then it's going to come for us, you know? Maybe they'll stick around and help out. That would have been hilarious if the two of them were also at the cabin. We didn't see where Murray went, so I don't know. And you know, especially with that cliffhanger now, I don't care about anybody's love life. That is over. Jonathan and Nancy, you can figure your stuff out later. Jonathan, Nancy, Steve, Robin, Vicky. I don't care. I don't care because he's here. Okay. Notes. Notes. All right. We're going to get into the notes proper. I'm just going to go one thing at a time. Let's go. Hop and Joyce. First off, I do want to reiterate that it's just that shirt that she was wearing, whatever shirt Yuri had that Joyce was wearing. Oh my god, so cute. I don't know. I don't know. It's just adorable. It's adorable, all right? So, man, they were going to fucking bang. They were going to bang in a church. My god. You know? They were going to bang in a church. But they did get a call. They did get the call to person. Okay. Oh, the exhaustion is starting to hit. I think I rode so much of a high, ironically, that I was like, man, I don't really feel exhausted. Like, I feel good, even after a 2.5 hour episode. And it's like, yep, yep, here we go. I am back. I am exhausted now. Thank God it's the last thing of the day. I got water on my glasses. On my glasses. The Piggyback. For as, hold on, words. For as unepic, for as non-epic as that is for a title of the episode, that was a very clever plan. That was a very, very clever plan. That instead of going to Hawkins, going to the Upside Down, finding Vecna and killing him, that 11 went in to Max's mind. That was very clever. If he can do it, she can do it too. And yeah, so they just needed a tub. And man, that pizza place, they're going to be so confused in the morning. They'll be like, why is our freezer filled with so much salt water? You know? But that was clever and a good idea on Argyle's part. So I like that. Man, yeah, that's the thing about this show. They keep expanding the cast. And at a point, like, how do you keep doing that? Well, I mean, one way is you kill them off. Every season, somebody dies, you know? Every season, somebody dies. Well, to be fair, I don't remember who that would be in season 1. I don't think anybody specifically died in season 1. But season 2, we had Bob. Bob died. I don't count Barb in this because she died in, like, the first episode, so... I'm talking, like, an end-of-season death. So we had Bob in season 2. Season 3, I guess, was Billy. And, to an extent, Hop, but he doesn't really count. Mainly Billy. And then season 4 now is Eddie. So that's how you keep the cast down. So we could either keep Argyle or Eddie. Evidently we're keeping Argyle and not Eddie. Poor Eddie. And I hate that, yeah, his name being dragged through the mud, the Hellfire Club being dragged through the mud. Jason never learned. But I mean, at the same time, I like that. It's not being wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow. Things happen, you know? Things happen this season. But yeah, the Piggyback, that was interesting. The Russia gang went back to the prison. That was a good way of doing that. Although I'm not entirely sure how that worked. But now, okay, so we have to like recontextualize a little bit of this, because we kind of thought that, okay, the particles, it's part of the Mind Flayer. But that means it's part of Vecna. That means it's part of one, specifically. And all of those particles went into the Demogorgon and the Demodogs there. But, yeah. And I guess, you know, if they all hurt, he hurts too, you know? If they all hurt, he hurts too. But, I don't know. But they went back to the prison, which was interesting. Which, it's also interesting that one was thrown to this dimension that became the Upside Down. But the Demogorgons already existed. they are like the native creatures of that dimension, you know? So he fully possessed them, basically. I mean, you want to talk about his ridiculous power. I mean, he must have gotten boosted by whatever that power was that, you know, we see as the Mind Flayer, but it became his power, basically. That is so crazy. It's such a strange thing. I basically have to recontextualize so much about the Mind Flayer because, yeah, he's not the Mind Flayer. He is one. But we got the snowball, which was pretty good, and that was a good memory to hide in for a bit. But yeah, I like that. We had Eddie again. Eddie being a hero. Eddie, how do you get the bat's attention? Guitar. You play Metallica. That's how you do it. Oh, so that was great. That was a good moment for Eddie, you know? And Max talking about Billy. Which, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, obviously she was doing that to bait Vecna, you know? She was doing that to lure Vecna into the trap. But at the same time, I mean, what is it? The greatest lies contain an air of truth, you know? I mean, how much of that was true? How much of that was true? I'm making sure my nose ain't bleeding. So, my nose is a tad dry. It's been a tad dry for the past couple days, so. So, yeah, I mean, that was crazy, just her whole thing. Talking about Billy is like, oh, you know, maybe she did pray for something to happen, and now she lives with that guilt, and that could all probably is all true. But after that, she was able to make it to the snowball, and not only was she able to make it there, but 11 was able to make it to her. And I love too, after she freaking yeets Vecna away, and then she goes over to Max, and it's just like, wait, are you... And she's like touching her, it's like, wait, are you real? Did I make you? And it's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. Man. Friend, I like that. I like that they emphasize, quite a number of times too, they emphasize their friendship, which really... like started up more. Well, yeah, it started up in season 3 because season 2, Elle was gone pretty much through most of that season, so you know, she was doing her own thing away from the gang. So it definitely. But I like that, emphasizing the friendship they had. You know, good use of Max, especially this season. Such a good use of Max. So yeah, and then Jason, fucking Jason. And of course, it's only fucking Jason because we know the truth and he doesn't. The poor lad. I mean, it's difficult. You understand him. You understand why he did what he did. Granted, even if that had happened to someone else, you would hope to God they're not going to hold some innocent kid at gunpoint. So there is that. And, you know, I was kind of waiting on, like, Steve or somebody to beat the crap out of Jason, but Lucas beat Jason in a fight. Like, that is awesome. Like, that was really, really good. I like that. Even though it was a terrible time and Jason ended up dying, but you know, good job. Let's see. We had the Shadow taking over the Demogorgon and the Demodogs. I mean, that is those particles, the Shadow, that is the essence of one. It's part of him, you know? Because he is the Mind Flayer. Which, at this point, I guess, you know, because the whole thing of like, well, do we call him 1? Do we call him Henry? Do we call him Vecna and stuff? It's like, well, it is kind of down to 1 now, because he is the one that is many. He is the one that is many, and he is the Mind Flayer, Do you call him Vecna? Do you call him the Mind Flayer? At this point, you call him 1. So, yeah, those particles, that's so weird to think about, that those particles, they are in essence him, When Will was possessed, when Will was given, was infected with that stuff, that is 1, Unless, this is going to be the part where, like, I go through all of this and you guys in the comments are going to be like, actually, that's not exactly what he was implying. And I hope it's not, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was implying. That he is the Mind Flayer. At least he took that power from another dimension and with it became the Mind Flayer. I mean, how else do you take that, So, in the grand scheme of things, when I was like, well, the Orderly is either... Vecna is either the Orderly or 1 or the Creel kid. Apparently, none of us even thought about throwing in, is Vecna the Mind Flayer? None of us thought of that. None of us at all. At least I don't think. Let me know if you thought of that. You get plus 10 internet points if you thought of that. So, yeah. Which means last season, when Billy's like, oh, we're doing all of this for you. It's because he's being possessed by 1. A fucking giant, gross, meaty Mind Flayer last season that had the essence of 1. The essence of 1. All of it is a hive mind based on him. That's fucking crazy. And then 11 versus Vecna. That was great. I love them just throwing each other everywhere. Because there's nothing that crazy about their fights when you really stop and think about it. It's like there's no like swords or weapons or like going around like doing martial arts like Dragon Ball Z. It's literally who's throwing the other person, She throws him into the bleachers. He throws her into the wall. They just keep throwing each other. That's the extent of their fights, but it's always hilarious. So yeah, that was great. And then the truth. The other world. He was thrown into another dimension and became the Mind Flayer. And once 11 created the new gate... Once 11 created the new gate, basically, awakened it, that basically that gave a path for him. And presumably that created the 1983 that exists in the Upside... That created the Upside Down itself, And then we had 11... needing to find that heart. God, if they had played the Power of Love right there, that would have been so corny and epic. But I was kind of like waiting. I was like, are they gonna like play the Power of Love right now? But I like that she, and good use of Mike, because I was kind of thinking like once she's in the tub, like, well, these 4 are useless again. I keep doubting their usefulness, but I like that. Will reminding Mike he's the heart, He's the heart, and he uses that to help 11. So that was a really, really good moment. I like that, And I didn't write this down, but that moment between Will and Jonathan was really good, It's like, hey, I'm here if you need me. Don't ever forget that. And just, that hug, it was so great. It's like, look, if you got to talk about some shit, there is no one better to talk about shit than Jonathan. You know how much shit he has? Ugh. So yeah, so that was good. And then the climax. We had the climax. We had Hopper getting a sword. Well, first off, we had Murray burning with like the world's greatest flamethrower, burning all the Demodogs and the Demogorgon, and then Hopper taking a sword, which apparently didn't like... That sword didn't retain any of the heat from the fire, clearly. But either that or I was right and Hop's nerves are just gone. But he took that sword and he decapitated the Demogorgon, which was great. And then we had Nancy, Steve, and Robin. We thought killing, but no, injuring one. And yeah, the two of them throwing Molotov cocktails, and then Nancy just lighting him the fuck up with a shotgun. Like, oh my gosh. What the fuck was Jason on about? It was like, oh, it's not really, doesn't have really good range, and it's like, he's gonna force you into close combat. It's like, really? Because she was like 15, 20 feet away. Like, she still had some distance so that he couldn't just come and grab it. And it's like, well, yeah, but it's still a shotgun. How bad is the aim on this thing, you know? But yeah, they knocked him out, and he ain't dead. He ain't dead, but he's surely injured. He's pissed, though. And in all of that, Eddie leading those bats away from Dustin. Leading the bats away from Dustin and dying in the process. And hey, he didn't run away. And man, I didn't realize we were going to get an Eddie character arc. But he died a hero. And then Max died too. But Elle saved her. But that was enough for 4 kills, meaning the gates opened, and that it's time. Now, it took 2 days. For one to recover, but the war is now beginning. It now begins. We're not going to get any of that beginning of the season hijinks, I think, because we are now at war. And that is absolutely crazy. But just before that, Robin and Vicky with that gay panic going on, you know. They were right. She did pause Fast Times. Was it Ridgemont High? I don't know what the fuck it was called. But she was the one, and her boyfriend threw it out, and now he sucks. So maybe. But you know, war is coming. So, you know, priorities. And Wayne, that moment with Wayne Munson, that was crazy, you know? That was a good moment, because, yeah, everybody in that town, they are never going to believe otherwise. But Wayne knows. And Dustin confirmed that Eddie died, but he died a hero. He died as Eddie, a good person. That was a great scene. And yeah, they went to go clean up the cabin, which was good. Man, so are they gonna finally bring in Sullivan and be like, "Yo," like, "Oh, what do you? So you think there's some international boogeyman?" Well, the portal to hell would say so. Ain't no denying that evidence anymore. So hopefully, we never saw what happened to Dr. Owens, so hopefully Sullivan gets his crap together, brings in Owens and the entire force of the United States military, which is a crazy thought, but let's do it. Let's bring in the United States military. And then, yeah. And then we had the reunion. Hop and 11, which was good. I like how they talk about the fact that they both lost their hair. That was really funny. That was good. Just a good reunion overall. And reunion with Joyce. It was just so great. And yeah, and I like how they specify too that now that they're back in Hawkins, Will can sense one again, and it's one. He knows that feeling. It's him. So now the war begins. The war, the final war between 11 and 1. And that is going to bring us into the final season. I don't know when that's going to start up. I'm going to guess 2 years at the least, you know? But we'll have to see. But I know that the 5th season is going to be the final season. And hey, if it's half as good as this, then we're going to be in for quite a ride. So yeah, that is the end of season 4 of Stranger Things. I really, really enjoyed it. Again, probably the best of the show. And I think a lot of that, even though, and a lot of that is on a lot of the characters, on a lot of the writing, but part of that is on Vecna for being such an incredible villain. And I'm honestly totally down with him being the Mind Flayer, because that just makes the Mind Flayer all the better, you know? So, what is going to be happening in Season 5? God, I have no idea, but I'm excited to get there when that day comes. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching both of these videos. If you want to watch more of my Stranger Things reactions, there is a playlist on screen, as well as another video you can click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.